10, how do you rate your team's performance against a team which is ranked 135? That is the first question. Two, you talked about chances, so I want to ask you, Inaki and also Afena had the same, or they were in a similar position, or they had similar problems in not being located by their colleagues on the pitch when they make some very good moves or very good run. What are you going to do to fix this going forward?
I don't remember the first question.
Okay, so let's take it.
Yes,
let's take
one
it
more one.
Yeah, one question at a time. I'm asking on a scale, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the team's performance against a team that is ranked 135?
7. 7. If 10 is the highest, 7. 7 because everything from what I saw, what we trained worked well. It's just that we have to score. So I like the runs behind the defensive line. I like the passes in between the lines. I like the turns up. I like the body position. So a lot of very, very good things and good timings with the runs. It's just like, we have to be a little bit more composure, a little bit also more cool on the ball. And sometimes you have to take your time, make another cut. Sometimes maybe lay it off to a player who's better positioned. Sometimes was also a little bit unlucky. Their goalkeeper did very, very well. We have to be a little bit more precise instead of just trying to hammer the ball into the goal. So, but we have a young squad, a lot of young players today, and a squad also of new players. So this is quite normal.
And I asked
the second was.
Yeah, I asked the second question. I'm saying you talked about chances that we had about 6 clear chances. I'm asking, Inaki and Afena had similar problems in not being located on the pitch when they make some very good runs by their colleagues. And how do you intend to fix this trend going forward? You've got just one game.
Iñaki had one very big chance, so he was well located. And then he had, this is maybe what you don't see, he had very, very good runs, which created space for others. And we went in there, so therefore Kudus had good chances, Osman Bukhari, so it was fine. Like I said, we have to keep it cool, we have to score more goals, so this is what I have to say, but very, very good runs, also from Iñaki. So this diagonal runs created space for Kudus to go in the other way diagonal and to shoot. If the defender wouldn't go with him, he could have passed to Iñaki, but they went with him, this created space. So we had a lot of good chances, and this is what I'm happy for. But sometimes you can have games like this, and believe me, I myself played against lower ranked teams or lower club teams, and we even lost these games. So I'm very, very happy, or we didn't create any chances, so I'm very, very happy that we created a lot of chances.
That was Coach Otto Addo there, talking about Iñaki Williams, the scoring problems in the post-match presser. When I get the full version, I will upload it here on the channel. But that was what he saw in the game. According to Otto Addo, from that opening statement in the video you saw there, we are on track, and we will hopefully get to score more goals where at the World Cup. He also talked about the fact that he played in games similar to this against lower ranked teams and clubs, and even they lost. He's happy they created chances, and he's talking about Iñaki Williams' run and all that. Welcome back to the channel. I have mixed feelings, but those mixed feelings are not positive. I have to say, we all need a reality check. Yes, we've talked about players who do not deserve to be in the team, but it's about chemistry now. If you look at everything, we have just one game before we go to the World Cup. Realistically, looking at us right now, Portugal, South Korea, Uruguay might be a tall order. But today I'm going to analyze the Nicaragua game. My thoughts on it, some players I observed and what I observed in there. As usual, subscribe if you have not. Click on the notification bell to get more updates. Before I begin, let's read this tweet here from Baby Jetta Samuajan. A striker makes a good run and no pass. Very frustrating. This is coming from experience because Baby Jetta Samuajan could count on the pass from the likes of Kojo Asamoah, one of those banana passes to him to find the back of the net. He'll get a pass from Kevin Prince Boateng where he'll chest it down and score. Andre Ayew used to sometimes pass to him. The supply line was lacking today, and the selfishness was quite clear to see. Kudus Mohammed, my goodness, after playing so well for Ajax during this first half of the season, why not continue in the same vein? Why do you have to hold on to the ball for so long? In the first half, I noticed he was trying to sort of Maradona his way through the whole Nicaragua defense, trying to dribble every single person. Not necessary, my man. You know you are good enough. We all know you are good enough. Why do you have to prove something to us? Let's keep things simple and supply the striker. Otto Addo also noted that Iñaki Williams' run created spaces for players like Kudus and Osman Bukari. I felt that Kudus and Osman Bukari did not supply Iñaki with enough accurate passes. I think it was highlighted when Iñaki had the ball and found Kudus with a perfect pass. Unfortunately, I think it was offside or something. But Kudus Mohammed releasing the ball was really a big issue. And it was something I did not like to watch. Against Nicaragua here, we were very profligate in front of goal. We wasted a lot of chances. We should have scored more than just one goal. The offside calls were really bad. They are offside calls, and you have to obey the rules of the game. Those are not excuses. Osman Bukari as well. One player we all wanted to get a chance in, and he showed his selfish side. Everyone wanted to make the headlines, score the goal, instead of playing as a team. And I think this brings me back to what Van Gaal said about African teams. And I quote him here. He said, African teams have great players, but they tend to play as individuals rather than a team. And I cannot agree anymore with that. He was spot on. I watched it today with my very own Black Stars team. The selfishness in the final third was a bit too much. Let me mention a few players who I think did well and did themselves really proud. Daniel Kofi-Kyereh was really dusting things up in midfield. I enjoyed his tackling, his recovery, his passes in midfield as well. Idris Ubaba needs to work on his tackling. He was quite reckless at times, and it could prove costly in a tournament like the World Cup. Let's run through the starting lineup and everyone's performance. Richard Ofori for me was not tested as much, but when called upon, he did the basic things simple. Unfortunately, Ofori's issue for me is his passing and distribution, and it was highlighted in the latter stages of the game where his pass got to a Nicaragua player, a better shot on target, and probably we could have found ourselves with a 1-1 scoreline. Aside that, Ofori was not tested much for me in this game, and you guys said it. You said Nicaragua was not the best way to probably test, or the best team to probably test a World Cup bound goalkeeper. But what could we do? Jojo was not good versus Brazil, and we all wanted a change. We got it in the end. At right back, Ali Dusaid, I think he was okay. Not so much threat on his flanks, running forward at times when he could. He kept things simple. I enjoyed watching him for the most part. At left back was Gideon Mensah, back in the team, also provided some attacking impetus for the Ghana Black Stars on that flank. Mohamed Salisu, another player who I enjoyed watching today. Great second game for the Ghana Black Stars. Daniel Amate as well, not put under as much pressure as he was versus Brazil. It's Nicaragua, 139th ranked. I would not want to judge a lot of players so much based on their performance in this game here. Baba Idrisu needs to work on his tackling. As I said, it needs to improve. It's not good enough. Daniel Kofi-Kyereh was really the highlight, one of the shining lights of this team for me. His hard work, his industry midfield goes unnoticed at times. I would have liked to watch Elisha Owusu partner him in that midfield as they did in the latter stages versus Brazil. It was a good one there in that game. But Baba Idrisu, Daniel Kofi-Kyereh, my thoughts on them. Kudus Mohammed keeps dilly-dallying on the ball. Kudus, release the ball fast. Release the ball fast. It got to a time in the first half when he dribbled through everyone in there and he finally released the ball. It was like no one was interested in that pass or cross from FATAWU ISSAHAKU. And talking about FATAWU ISSAHAKU, he answered his critics here with that amazingly beautiful goal. The only goal of the game, Abdul FATAWU ISSAHAKU. Is that redemption for him? Is that what we want to see more of? Of course, we want to see more of that. Sometimes he is wasteful with his shots, but this one was on target. Aside the goal, I think he did not do so much in the game for me. I think he had his moments in there. Ghana dominated this game, obviously, but we could have done better. FATAWU ISSAHAKU, great goal there for him, a great redemption after so much criticism. I say sometimes football finds a way to humble you. We all wanted, most of you wanted FATAWU ISSAHAKU out of the Ghana Black Stars team. Possibly he's not ready for the World Cup, and he pops up with this chance, and that is why probably he is in the team, finding that odd goal. Does that convince you much about him? Let me know what you think in the comments box on FATAWU ISSAHAKU. Iñaki Williams up front for the Ghana Black Stars. Frustrated at times, the supply line lacking. It needs to be worked on. How much more time do we have? Very little. One more game, a week to our very first game. Otto Addo would have named his 26 by then. By now, he would know his 26. Osman Bukhari as well. My goodness, Osman Bukhari. Another one who I thought would be a little bit less selfish in this one here. But all of them were looking for the glory. We need to play as a team. That is the only way we can do well at the World Cup. But based on the evidence of the two friendlies, we have a long way to go at this World Cup. Reality check for each and every one of us who thinks Ghana is going to conquer the world at the World Cup. We could still do that, but a lot will need to change. Goal scoring remains a problem for us. Supply line to the strikers, according to experienced man in Baby Jet, is lacking. What do you think? What do you think Otto Addo needs to do to get us over the line in Qatar, at least to the next stage of the competition? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box on everything. A review of the game versus Nicaragua. Mixed feelings, reality check, goal scoring, still a problem. My highlights of this game. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the evening.